Good evening and welcome to NICAT, fellows, and a very warm welcome to all our physical listeners and digital listeners. I'm really honored and excited that I'm going to ask some questions and learn from Mr. none other than Mr. Salim Ghauri. मैंने आपकी सर बुक भी पढ़ी, आपकी बहुत सारी टॉक्स भी सुनी, सो आई वांटेड कि हम थोड़ा सा डेविएट करें आज और थोड़े अनकन्वेंशनल क्वेश्चन पूछें आपसे. मासूमाना सवाल मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ.
Let's see that.
So, why entrepreneurship?
Why?
Why entrepreneurship? Why not just a stable job?
I have done jobs. Lucky for me that I've gone through the phases of life where I have seen started my career in a place, moved on to second place, did jobs. There's a sense of non-fulfillment in you when you are in a job. Yeah, it's good, it's secure, it's safe, you go in the morning, you do your work, you come home, and after certain days you get paid. Great. So that's good for life. But then when you look back after the day's gone, you sit in the evening, you review your day, and you ask yourself, what have you done? What did you achieve? What do you know? What is there which gives you satisfaction? And it's blank. The feeling is blank because yeah, you did well with the job, but what have you done? Anything else? So that sense is not nice. It's not good feeling to have. Entrepreneurship, obviously, it's risky. There are never guarantees. There are never somebody can tell you, okay, you start this and this will work out. No. And this is where the challenge is. And for me, I always say that I will rather fail than have a regret in later life that, I wish I tried. And that is, believe is important for you. If you have something in your heart and mind which you want to do it, which you believe that I must do, go for it. And most probably you'll fail. Most probably you'll fail. Because I did fail many times before you see a success. But those failures, in fact, those failures are the reason why I'm sitting here today and talking to the audience and to you. Because those failures were able to help me to become what I am today. So, the important message is simple, that if there's something your heart desires, go. Take the risk, do it. And be ready that it may not work out. And it will not work out once, it will not work out twice, thrice, maybe four. But ultimately, you will get your wish because you are not giving up.
A great point, sir, that if you sustain the failures, ultimately you will be successful. Here is Salim Ghauri doing a very stable job in Australia and then jumping off and doing something of your own. लोग क्या कहेंगे? इस चीज ने आपको डराया नहीं?
बिल्कुल और लोग कहते हैं और कहते थे उस वक्त भी कि this is not smart. It's not smart that you have a family, you have kids. Those kids need to go to school. The kids need a stable life. And you are stable. Why in the world would you uproot your family, take out of them from a comfortable life, and then move to another country? The country I was away for 22 years. I think I knew little about the country since I left the country a long time ago. And then start a new life with no guarantees. With no guarantees, nobody can tell you this will work out. Nobody tell you what will happen in a few years. Nobody can look at the globe and say, all right, in 20 years, Salim Ghauri, this is what happened to you. Nobody can tell you that. So yes, people tell you, what are you doing? But that's what it is about, Imran, that the desire is so strong in you to go after it. Then you must do it. And if you are lucky, you made it. Well done. If you're unlucky, you failed. At least you will not die with regret.
Yeah, that's great point. Jeff Bezos also says
It
this,
is. It
that I
is.
want to minimize the number of regrets toward the end of my life.
We all have. I want to visit a site. I want to go to a place where my dream. I believe this is a beautiful place, and whole my life I just think about it, but I don't visit it. Now, don't do that. The purpose of life is to, get your sense of being. Your sense of being comes through doing things.
Since we have younger people and young people at heart in the room and in our court as well, what is your advice, sir? How to overcome this barrier? What was your toolkit that how you overcome this barrier, overcome this fear of failure?
First of all, the important thing is that doesn't matter, as I said, my desires, my wish, I want to pursue that. But to pursue my desire and wish, I must have something behind it. I must have done some work for me to follow my dreams. I can't just follow my dream coming out of a school and a college and say, okay, I'll start enterprise and, I expect to make it big. Yeah, in a very small percentage, people do succeed. A very small percentage will be able to succeed after coming out of school. But that's a very minuscule percentage, very small percentage. And I don't recommend that at all. I do believe that we need to do some work before we are ready to start an enterprise. Enterprise needs certain groundwork before you can go and do that. And what does that mean? Now, when you start an enterprise, there are multiple things you have to handle. The first thing you handle is the people who work for you. One or two or three or four, five people you will hire, they will work for you. That's one. Second thing is dealing with the customers. And not school will teach you how to deal with the customer. It doesn't matter how many books you've read, how smart you are, you have not learned how a customer behaves. One more aspect is finances. How do you manage money? You're lucky. You started an enterprise and you start selling well and money is coming in. Now you don't know how to manage that money because you have not seen it. And so before your school, your parents were looking after your money. They were giving you money, they were looking after your fees, and you're used to somebody looking after the money. Suddenly, you have an enterprise which has money and you don't know what to do with that money. Now you start the enterprise and suddenly you hire people, you have customer, you have money, and then things are good. But what happens when things go wrong? And things will go wrong. That's normal. Don't imagine that every day will be same. You get a one contract, two contract, three good customers, very nice customers dealing with you nicely, and you're doing well. But suddenly there'll be time things will not go right. Things will go up and down. Now this is where you have a problem because you have no experience. So if you ask me, how do you overcome that? Very simple. Be a smart guy. Get a job in the profession, in the field you want to be. You want to sell shoes, you want to sell apparels, you want to be IT, you want to sell food, whatever. Go and get a job. Let your boss take the risk and you learn from the boss. That's very smart person. A smart person will do that. Take a job in a company, whatever that is. Let your boss make the mistakes. Let the boss deal with the people, deal with the customer, and you just watch and learn and you document all that in your mind. Okay, this is what he does. 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, longer you take, more chances of you succeeding ultimately if you follow that. Because you have a plan, after this job, I'll start my own enterprise. By all means, we must all be entrepreneurs. I like that idea. But you have to give you certain time. Coming out of a uni or college and believing that I will start an enterprise and succeed, yeah, fine. But I believe you burn your parents' money or your friends' money. You will burn that money and you will not be able to do that. But having a 5 years, and I call it internship. It's not a job. For me, that's internship. Because I'm an intern where I want to have my own enterprise in this profession, this field. I will be a sucker. I'll be learning. I'll be watching very carefully. And customers are not very nice, I tell you this. Customers can be very nasty. Customers can really burn you. I deal with, even now after 43 years of profession, I'm surprised somehow, some of the customers we get, how to deal with them. I'm still trying to figure, okay, this customer is different. How do I manage that customer? It's not easy. So this is where most companies burn themselves because they are inability to deal with their own people customers, and of course, how do you make money?
So the three biggest skills that you just mentioned you need to build a company is number one, you need to manage people, those who either your core team or people working for you. Second, managing customers, and third, managing money. And probably those school teaches all these three skills. So myself and Dr. Zosif has a consensus on this that the more the experience you have, it's better to run an enterprise after some experience, as you advise. Or for the younger lot, it's better to learn all these three skills as soon as possible. Otherwise, your startup is not going to take off. So, what was the biggest barrier, the biggest challenge that you face when you started NETSOL with four people from one small office in Lahore?
So barrier is a very simple. First of all, for me, difficult was I came back to a country which I knew little because I left the country when I was young. I was 17, 18 years old, and I came back after 22 years. I was 40 when I come back. But there's a big gap. And I know little of the country, of what's happening. I was aware different countries, and from distance you're watching the country. And so yeah, we were talking about barriers. So for me, that was a barrier. But remember, I had 17 years behind me of three things I shared with you. I had worked for people. I've dealt with customers. I saw how the money was spent or saved and dealt with. And I saw how people behave. One of these days, a few months back, I was interviewed somebody like younger than you, asking me about what is the biggest challenge to a company? Well, as a manager, what is the most difficult part of our company? I said, the biggest challenge to me is people, the people who work for us. So, okay, all right, that's good to know. So what is the second biggest challenge when you build a company? I said, people. Second time I said, people. And then, okay, all right, seems up, this is nice. Tell us, third biggest challenge you face when you run a company. I say people. The most difficult part in life is people. They're smart people I deal with. They're intelligent. They're graduates, and how do you manage those people? How do you get these people to work for you? How do you get these people to deliver to you? That's the challenge. If you can master that, you will never fail. The biggest challenge in life will be even your partner. How do you deal with your partner? How do you deal with individuals who work for you? And as I said, they're very clever. They're smart. Master that, deal with the people, you will see how well they respond to you. See, people respond back, how you deal with them. They could be your biggest, force, or they could be biggest handicap for you to succeed.
So at an early stage startup has limited resources, sir. The biggest challenge they face is people. So how, being a startup founder, I have limited resources. How I can convince people who are smarter than me to work for me?
Tell them they're smarter than you. Don't try to be best of them. Don't tell them I know better than you. The most leaders I see, they try to keep proving to the juniors they are better than them. Then why do you need them? If you're so smart, then don't hire anybody. Do everything yourself. And I don't figure out these people, these managers and these leaders, they're trying to always put their people down. Don't do that. Never do that. I always hire people smarter than me because I'm not smart. I'm not smart at all. These kids are amazing. They're so clever. And if you sit in my meeting, you'll surprise how many stupid questions I ask my people. I'm asking this stupid question because I'm learning from them. I tell them, you tell me, you're smarter than me. This is why I got you. You tell me what is good for us, and then look how they will help you. But if you tell them you are smarter than them, you tell them you are everything, they will put their heads like that and they'll wait for you to make mistakes. Open their hands. Don't let them sit like that. Open their hands, let them speak to you. Let them have the courage to tell you, SG, they call me SG. SG, this is not right way. I say, okay, tell me what's the right way. I will listen to you. You tell me what's right because this is why I hire you. So you encourage them. You encourage them to open themselves. We don't do that. Our way of working is very simple. I am the boss. I'm the leader. I tell you what to do. Fine. They will tell you, they will do what you do, but the company will be messed up. So very simple. When you hire people, always hire people smarter than yourself. Always, always. And then tell them they're smart and then listen to them. Let them talk to you. Yes, sometimes you can veto them, that you're the boss, you're right to veto. But no sense hiring people and not letting them work. Let them work. They may make mistake, you protect them. They succeed, make them the hero. Step back when they succeed. Don't become a hero yourself. Let them be the hero. Don't take the credit for their success but when they fail, you come up and take the fall. That's how they love you. That's how they will work for you. They will give you anything you want.
Great point, sir. That how to build a great team. You used to get a phone in early days. You used to get a phone from your home every day, and one day it was not your wife.
No, it was a story where I tell you when I opened the company and I'm coming to office and my phone there was a landline and nobody called me. It's just dead phone. Like uski camera lagi हुई है. I'll go out, meet people, give them a card and hoping somebody will call me for service. Nobody called me. 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month passed, that bell never rang. लगता है फोन सारा dead हो गया. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Then one day before leaving home, I asked my wife, please call my office number at least once or twice a day so the stupid bell rings so I feel we're alive. Maybe one day somebody will call. And she will call me 10, 11 o'clock, bell will ring, I will look at the phone, imagining it's a customer calling. Thinking, oh my God, somebody's calling me. Pick up, it's my wife. Okay, we talk, put it down. This goes on for, I don't know how long. And then one day that bell rang. And then the bell rang and I'm looking at the bell and say, okay, my wife's calling. Picked up, it wasn't my wife. That was the call I was waiting for. The very first call which gave us the first business.
And how it felt when you got your first customer?
So first customer was, that it was my brother, Naeem, you interviewed him. So he called me, I didn't know he was in Thailand, he was in UK, London, working for IT company. So he said, oh, Salim, I'm in Thailand and now working for this company. And how are you doing? I said, I'm doing well. I heard you started a business. I said, yeah. How's your business? I said, I'm doing very well. Oh, my business. So I'm too busy. I don't have time. I said, I'm too busy. I don't have time. So I said, okay, maybe you can do something for us if you're so busy. Do you have time? I said, I'll find time for you. So he asked me to do some work and we said, yes. And that's the history. That's how we started.
And then you used to travel from Lahore airport to Bangkok and single day flight. You don't have a lot of money, but you continued knocking on the door of that first customer and eventually that gave you the breakthrough.
Look, it's very simple. I met a customer and we did service for them and they're happy. But I want more work. And the head office was in Singapore. So what I will do, I'll take a flight from Lahore, which is at 11:50 in the night, arriving in Bangkok 6 a.m. in the morning. After 2 hours, there's a flight to Singapore at 8 a.m., arriving in Singapore 11. So I arrive in Singapore, airport pay, I'll change myself, have a bag, small bag, a new shirt, everything, something I wear, and go to my customer's office at about 11:30, 11, knock on the door, and I'm not invited, I have no appointment. But I'll take the risk to see if the guy is there. So I'll knock his door and he's there, he's working. Say, oh, look at me, why are you here? I said, just to have lunch with you. I hope you'll feed me, I'm hungry. So he's a nice guy, German guy, he took me for lunch and he said, okay, why are you here? I said, I want work. I need more work. He said, I don't have a work for you. So I said, okay, thank you very much. I'll go back to the airport, Singapore airport, take a flight back to Bangkok. I think it's about 4 p.m. Arrive Bangkok before 6. There's a flight coming back to Lahore at 7. Back in Lahore, same day. I can't stay in a hotel, I can't afford. I don't have the money. I'll be traveling the economy class, I'll have one jean, one jacket and come back and then wait for another few weeks, go back. I did that so many times that German guy got sick and tired of me. He got tired of me. Then one day he called, said, are you coming to Singapore? I said, no, don't come to Singapore. I said, why? I have something for you. Please don't come, I'm tired of you, giving you lunches. You cost me too much. I said, okay, so that's how we go to the next work. So he gave us a work, then we delivered that work. One thing we did, when we were given something, we made sure we deliver. We made sure we fulfill our commitment. It didn't matter how much money we made. I never cared about the money at that time. I forgot making money at all. I was just focusing to make that customer so dependent on us that he will not go anywhere else. That customer in Bangkok, Dr. Tasif, was 1996 May. They're still my customer. 27 years, they're still my customers. Why? because we give them same service I gave them 27 years ago. Same service day in, day out. They still use my system. They still do my service. They still give me revenue. 27 years. The kids are born and got married and they have children. I've got that customer. That's what you need to do.
So, what kept you going while you were hustling? It was very difficult. It was all full of challenges. So, what kept you going over there?
No, you see, you have no choice. You have no choice. You have to keep going. Not for a minute I had this doubt that, I will give up. Not in a minute I will not. That's the thing, you cannot give up. That's so important in life. Somebody asked me, sir, how many times you failed? I said, I never failed. I said, how come you never failed? I said, no. I was unsuccessful, but I was not a failure. I'm a failure when I give up. Remember that. You're only a failure when you give up. You're unsuccessful many times. I read my book. I am unsuccessful so many times. I never failed because I will not give up. So it's a difference between failure and unsuccessful. You will not be able to do things you want to do. That's unsuccessful. So you try again. You change the way you do. You try again. It will not work many times, but you are not giving up. The moment you give up, you are a failure. You are dead.
Yeah, that's the point. But you don't have a choice. Being an entrepreneur, you don't have a choice to give up. Never ever.
What you will ask me, let me tell you. We heard this quote and this muhavra bada, luck knocks your door. Kismat darwaza khadkayegi aapka. Crap, I'm sorry. Luck will never knock your door. Get up, open the door, go out. Go out, grab the luck from the collar, bring it back to you. That's how luck works. Luck doesn't come to you. You go to the luck. Luck will never come to you. You will go to. Remember that. घर बैठ गए आप सोच रहे हैं कि luck आ जाएगी? कोई luck नहीं आएगी. You have to go to Singapore every time. I wasn't lucky. I just went after my luck every time. Kept going until luck came to me.
So you created your own luck.
You have to. And then nature is watching you. See, nature likes when you struggle. Nature doesn't want you to sit down and wait for things to happen. This is what nature is about. So don't tell the nature is against you. You are against yourself if you're sitting and waiting. Don't wait.
So while you were doing all this hustle, did you ever thought that you will become successful one day? And what did success look like to you at that time?
Look, success, you have to draw a line to a success. This struggle and this going after success makes you very unhappy. You become very unhappy. Because there's no, where do you draw the line to success? When you decide that, okay, enough is enough, I want to be happy. Where's that line? So I personally, and a message to all of the kids here is, we live only once. The life is very short. Doesn't matter, even 100 years is short. Even 100 is short. So when you have achieved something, enjoy that. Enjoy that and be happy and, cherish that with your loved ones. And then, yes, we should do more, but not so much that we forget all around us people and all our family members and all what is important to us. We must be able to draw a line to success. Yeah, there's more could be done. I can start 4 or 5 more businesses. I can sell food. I can do things. People keep coming to me with ideas. As you do that. And I look at this, why would I do that? Why would I in the evening start calculating how much money I made? I don't want to do that. I don't want to look at balance sheets anymore. I want to give this back. This is my happiness. I'm happy to be here. I'm so happy to share my life to you. That's more happiness to me than going and starting a new business. Because then again, this balance sheet is checking every night, just calculating money, how much money we lost, how much we gained. I don't do that anymore. So I'm drawing my line. I will draw a line to what I want to do. Yes, I will keep working and keep mentoring and keep coming to people. But if this all about success with money, that is not my motive.
Great point, sir. That you have to define your own success and then you have to pursue that.
Yeah, you have to.
And success doesn't really mean the money.
Well, to some people it's money. Some people count the success with how much is their bank balance, how many properties they got, how many cars they got. Okay, if that makes you happy, be yourself. But to me, successful, what have you given back? That's more a success. Have you given back something, or you're taking it? You've been taking it. Yeah, you can take. We see people keep taking it. What have they given? Have they given out something? I think that's where the happiness to me comes, when you give back to society. And this is my second. This morning I was in NUST talking to students, and that was my happiest moment. I was standing there on a stage with hundreds of students listening to me, and I was happy. I'm happy now.
So, how to create success in the early stage startups? For them, what is the important thing? Like I would say, what should be if co-founders or founders most of time spend on? Like what एक जो co-founder है उसका उतना majority time किस चीज पे spend करना चाहिए? बनाने पे, बेचने पे, marketing करने पे?
Nothing. One word: discipline. Get into discipline yourself. Rest is easy. We are not disciplined. We are not disciplined. That's our problem. Just one word will change your life. Discipline in your life, and discipline in everything will change. So it's just one. And unfortunately, I don't see that. Unfortunately, I don't see that in young people, even mature people, in older people, I don't see discipline. And they do everything haphazardly. They just do things. They don't do it in a disciplined manner. That's where we see so much, unhappiness in life, because we're not disciplined, because we don't deal with things properly, we lose out. So critical discipline required to live your life. And there are very simple rules of life. Follow those rules. Be disciplined. One thing is, be on time. Let me give you an example. I will always be 10-15 minutes. I will wait outside in sun or heat, but I will always be on time wherever I go. This is 43 years of my professional life. I was never late. Never. Sometime I was studying in the rain. I wouldn't go inside because I'm early, but I'll wait to go inside because I don't want to be seen so keen. I'm early, but I will always. I said that's one discipline I've maintained in my life. So critical for you to do that. That's one example I'm giving you. Second discipline: be very honest. Don't shortchange your customer. Never shortchange. Yes, you will make some more money in that whatever deal you're doing, but you will never get back the customer, because customers are very smart. Don't take them as stupid, they're idiots. They will, they may not tell you anything that they know what you're doing, but they will never come back to you. Why would my customer stay with me for 27 years? Somebody tell me here, why they're with me for 27 years?
Consistency providing
Trust.
Honesty, no. They know that whatever we quote them, build them, whatever we say, they can trust us. They will not look for a new vendor. Everybody's looking for a vendor because they are not satisfied with the current vendor. That's why I get more business. Because I go in somewhere, they're unhappy with their current vendor. So I go in, grab the business. But I don't want to let that customer go, because I want to leave the customer within the mind that they got somebody they can sleep with. Go and sleep, I'll take care of your business. Itna confidence denge aap, give them so much confidence that they can go to sleep and you will take care of the IT sector, and they're happy. And that's what you have to do. So, but the question is very simple. For you to be successful, create a discipline in yourself for all aspects of life, and I assure you, you will be succeeding. Money. My very first contract, I tell you what, this German guy sitting with me, and so it's a software development job, and I did a quote of about $300,000. I said, this is 1997. And I said, his name was Eugen Beckett, a German guy. And we discussing, negotiating. He said, Salim, I don't have this kind of money. I have only $90,000 budget. That's all I've got. And so I said, okay, all right. I'll do your system, but please allow me to keep the rights for this development, because I'm not going to make any money on this deal. But if I can sell this to somebody else, I'll recover money. So I ignored $200,000. We knew we were going to make money. I signed that first deal, delivered the system on time, within that $90,000, not a single penny over that, within time. And, they were very happy. They came back to me 1 time, 3 times, 4 times, and ultimately, they became my biggest customer in millions of dollars. Ultimately, that 5 years ago, same customer signed a deal of $120 million. 2004, same customer of mine in Thailand, and I got a call from a second customer in Thailand, their competitor, and this customer is telling me, Salim, can you come to Thailand with your team to show us the software? We want to buy your software. day after tomorrow. I say I can't come day after tomorrow because my visas will take time. I can travel. I have a different passport, but if I have to bring my 3-4 people to do a demo, they won't get visa in 5 days. He says, sorry, if you can't come day after tomorrow, my Japanese people will leave. They will go back to Japan, and you will lose out. So I called my current customer. I said to my customer, can you help me? He said, what? I said, look, I have to demo the system you're using my system. I have to show the system to a new customer. Who is your competitor? He said, are you crazy? Yeah, I said, I'm crazy. I need your help. But by then, there was such a good friend to me. This is already years gone. I said, I don't care. His name is Peter. I said, Peter, I don't give a damn. You have to help me here. I said, oh, you crazy, this and that. Okay, tell them to come to our office. So I jumped on the plane same night into Bangkok, and day after tomorrow, I call this, inform them, please come to this office. They don't know where they're coming. We'll show you the system. So they come to this office, they look at the sign, is their competitor. So they're shocked. Anyway, they kept quiet, they went in, and my customer has had their 4 expert of my software sitting there doing the demo. My customer is doing a demo to a customer. I'm just sitting and watching. I do any sale pitch at all. My customer did the sale pitch. We sold a $10 million deal then. $10 million we made from that customer. That's how you built your relationship. Your customers become your friends. You know, can you do that? Do that. Your life will change. And that happens when you're very honest. Because honesty can be fake. You can't fake it. You can't pretend it. Don't pretend. Very interesting thing happened. Well, this same German company, he came to Lahore working with my people, and I was taking him to drop him to the airport, and he said to me, Salim, I don't understand your team. I said, why? They're always very defensive. I said, what do you mean? I said, I'm trying to tell them something, and they immediately speak up and they let me finish. And they tell me, oh, no, sir, this is not, this is that. I learned the lesson that day. So I teach my people, shut up, let the customer speak. Let them complete what they want. Don't say what, even if you don't like what they're saying, let them complete what they, once they complete it, don't defend yourself. Just, okay, all right, this is, do you think this is a problem? Let's see how we can fix it. I've changed the mentality of my people. Never defend yourself. Be always, listen to your customer. Don't think they're stupid. If you think your customer is stupid, you lose them.
So what I've learned from you, sir, is obsession with the customer. And while you were making that call, that for going $200,000 for a deal and $90,000, I just want to learn how successful CEOs make decisions. Was it an intuition? Did you have a data point, or you have forecasted something? How you made that call?
If you understand the software business, when somebody gives you a business, a software to develop, you have no right on that software. You're getting paid for it. Yeah?
Yeah.
It's a bespoke development. You're just doing a service. And in my mind, I wanted to own the rights. I knew it's a very powerful software. I knew this is a powerful software. So I already had a plan. If they want a discount, I'll give them a discount, a message, but I will ask them to let me keep the rights to resell.
So you had done your homework that this is a powerful product, and if we develop and retain the rights, you can sell it to others. So,
you know how much money NETSOL has made from that one deal, 90,000? I believe we have already built $1 billion from that $90,000 last 27 years. 27 years, we have built $1 billion. We have got hundreds of customers around the world. In China alone, I've got 30 mega customers, and just one 90,000 deal has converted into this because we have the rights to resell. Remember that?
yeah.
We have the rights to resell.
So China exports technology to the whole of the world, and NETSOL Technologies is a technology leader in auto leasing solutions in China.
We are bringing money from China. You're sending money to China.
So this is an amazing success story that we need to share with our people. So what would be your advice to younger CEOs or younger at heart?
I'm young at heart. What do you mean by that? See, this is not fair.
So while you're building your company, like thinking what would be the tipping point when you start thinking that you can go global?
Nothing happens overnight. Nothing good is going to happen. कोई जादू की छड़ी नहीं है, कोई आंखें बंद करके खोलेंगे तो आपका काम हो गया, ऐसा नहीं होगा. When you start an enterprise, be ready for a long haul. Long haul. Be ready. It will take time. One, be assured of what you do. I did something which I was assured. My technology was my profession for 17 years. So I was good at what I did. I knew how to develop software. I used to code myself. I was a network engineer. I used to put networks together. I was a designing system. So I had 17 years behind me when I started NETSOL. So I knew what I was doing. That's one, critical. Second, I knew it would take time, so it will not happen 1 year, 2 years, 3. It could be years before I see any success. I was ready with that. I was ready for the sleepless night. I was ready to be in office for long hours. I was ready for that. I was ready to give in. I was ready to lose money. I was ready to not make money for a long time. I had 2 suits and they were all rumpled and they were greasy, and I have only 3 ties. I will just use those. I will have old clothes. I don't know what sort of shoes I used to wear. I didn't care. That's what you have to do. Let go of yourself. Let go of your ego. Don't try to, see, the biggest failure is to prove the world you're smart. Don't do that. Don't try to prove to anyone that you're smart. Because in that proving, you make mistakes. Because obviously everyone looking at you, all your family members, all your friends, all your brothers, oh, how are you doing? You don't care what they say. Ignore the people around you. Focus on your work. Every single penny is valuable to you. Every single penny must be saved. Every single penny be used to generate business, not on yourself. You do that, I assure you, you will succeed ultimately. 1, twice, thrice, you will get your dream. Your dreams will come true, but you have to get yourself to that area, to level where you are focused on work. Your prime concern is to people, your people, and your customer. Take care of your customer, people. Treat them as your family. Don't treat them, never be a boss. Never be a boss. Don't be abusive. Always listen. They make a mistake, it's okay. I don't like lazy people. I'll let them go. But if somebody is trying genuinely, make a mistake, I don't give it down. I don't even look at them. I say, keep going, try again. Never abuse them, never got angry. I have never spoken loud. I'm speaking loud now, but you will not see me speaking loud in my office. Never. I love everybody around me. You look after your people, I assure you they will give their life to you. It's all about respect. Give them respect, dignity, people do it.
So that's great advice to younger and younger at heart founders. I'm honored to have got a book autographed by Mr. Salim Ghauri. Problem solving पे हम बात कर रहे थे, and I want कि वो सब तक पहुँचे. Your message on problem solving.
I don't see a problem, every problem, a complex problem. The problem is that when somebody come to me with something, oh, this is an issue or problem, they always look at it as in a very complex manner. Oh, iska solution bada mushkil hai. If you just look at every issue in a different manner, there's an easy way to solve and make it easier to solve. So problem solving is, it's not that problematic. We make it problematic. Most cases when they come to me, my team come to me with a very, बड़े परेशान बाल उड़े में और परेशान होके लेके आ जाते मेरे सामने SG ये क्या हो गया? And look at them and within 5-10 minutes I send them back with a very simple answer and it's all changed. So it's all about how you look at the problem, in what manner. You can look at a problem in a very simple manner and solve it simply, or you can tell yourself, oh, this is very complex. Oh, ये तो बड़ा मसला हो गया. Oh, इसको तो कैसे solve करना है? Then it never be done. So yeah, problem solving is the problem. That is the crux of the problem.
सर पहली मीटिंग जब हम आपसे NICAT डिस्कस करने आए थे और तब से लेके आज तक, what I'm really in love about is your energy, is your focus. Trust me, I'm at your age and I'm almost a lot younger than you. Still, I lack that energy and focus. How do you maintain that energy and focus at this age?
We are lucky. We're lucky we are alive. We're very lucky. We're lucky that I can get up from the bed in the morning. I'm so lucky. Please be grateful to Allah Ta'ala for your health. Look after yourself. It's important. Your health is a gift from Allah, and you are responsible for your body and your self-help. Look after yourself. Ignore irritants. you know, of this very thing I've done. I ignore problems around me. I ignore small things. In my office even, you know, things going wrong, I don't look at them at all. I just, somebody asked me, why you do that? Why do you ignore? There's so many things. I said, because I have a bigger picture in mind. If I get entangled in small office issues, then I will miss out the big. So our boss is not supposed to entangle himself or herself into small minor issues in office or in work. Don't do that. Don't try to interfere in everything. If you have hired good people, let them take care of it. If you hire a general manager, let general manager handle that. Don't get involved. Even if you see something wrong, just pass by. Don't even mention you saw something wrong. Let GM handle that or whoever that is. Don't get involved. Don't get involved. Don't tangle yourself with irritation. That's how you get energy. Because if you start tangling, because there's so many things happening around you, आप तो काम नहीं कर सकते. आप हर वक्त स्ट्रेस्ड है, हर वक्त अपसेट है, हर वक्त आप चीजें कर रहे हैं. Don't do that. So I ignore. I keep telling everyone, ignore. Learn to ignore irritations. Don't get irritated. Ignore that. बहुत सी चीजें गलत होंगी आपके गिर्द. Ignore that. Just focus on what you want to do things good, and that will give you energy. That's important, and that's how you can get energy. And then believe in yourself is energy itself, that you can do good. Keep telling yourself, I can do good. जब आप कहोगे 6 दफा, you'll do good. So tell yourself, I can do good. Good will happen.
Well, such a delight listening to you and learning from you, sir. I can ask tons of more questions, but I want to open the floor for the questions from the audience. मैं सर आप लोगों को एक बात कहना चाहता हूँ क्वेश्चंस लेने से पहले. फॉलो एसजी's पेजेस, और टेक्नोलॉजी के अलावा अगर आपने कुकिंग रेसिपीज और फिटनेस टिप्स भी जाननी हो तो यू कैन फॉलो एसजी. ही इज अ टेक्नोलॉजी गुरु, बट ही हैज अदर पैशंस एज वेल, एंड ही इज proud at sharing them with other people as well. Sir, Nadeem, you wanted to ask.
All right. My question is that what would be your advice for a person like me who started at the age of 55 and going by the normal age in Pakistan? So, I mean, no. What I'm saying is that the start is at the age of 55. So
You cool down. You've seen all. जल्दबाजी निकल गई आपकी, आपने कर लिया. How? Please go for it. In fact, we need that. This is what I was talking about. That this concept of entrepreneur is only 20 years old is a very flawed concept. It's a very silly, nonsensical thought that entrepreneur should be only 20, 25 years old or 26 years old. Crap. That's wrong. I'm sorry, I'm using the wrong language, but it's wrong. That's any age. But please do what you have been doing it. Don't do anything else. कपड़े ना बेचे या कुछ और ना करें. Give you example. Follow what your background is. You will never go wrong, sir. You will always do right. So yeah, age is not a barrier. I assure you, it's not a barrier.
Sir, कुछ दिन पहले हमारे पास someone visited us few days ago and he said a very, very beautiful line. Look for corporate dropouts instead of college dropouts.
Oh, I agree with you. That के ये age का concept गलत है. Wrong with enterprise. बिल्कुल गलत concept है. Nonsensical. इस पे ना believe करें. By all means, please go for it. Inshallah, whatever you want to do, you'll be successful.
Anyone else, please? Please introduce yourself as well.
This is Gauri. I'm part of the exam center like traditionally, and I'm part of Proud to be Chamber of Commerce and Industry. It was so heartening to listen to you, sir. It was very nice. मैं तो एक तो बहुत अच्छा लगा आपको सुन के और बहुत इंस्पिरेशन. That's very. और आपने जो 3 बातें की, इसमें से third point was financing. Third, we are currently as corporate advisory board of Incubation Center, University. तो उसके अंदर ये बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज बच्चों के लिए देख रहे हैं. trying to figure out कि आपको पता है कि खादी primarily being in the east, it is a very very difficult task. ये वो convince कर सके हमारे जो opposite gender हैं कि हम ये काम कर सकते हैं. उसके लिए हमें बहुत सारे efforts करने पड़ते हैं. I being reaching to this position, I myself have gone through the process. तो उसमें हमने पेशेंस और एक एलिमेंट ऑफ एम्पैथी आपसे मैंने नहीं सुना. Do you think empathy plays an important role for the growth and success of any enterprise? People to Thank you very much.
देखिए आती empathy. First of all, we entrepreneurs need. Entrepreneurs needs is very simple that he or she needs to be fully believe in themselves completely, and I'm ready that nobody will help me, nobody will come to assist me. That's how I start. That's my first thing when I started enterprise. Nobody will going to hold my hand, nobody going to pick me up. So that's one. So when I start with this belief that nobody will be there to hold me or pick me up when I go down, then I'm ready to face it. Gender is a wrong issue at all. Gender has nothing to do with enterprise. Any one of us can be a successful enterprise, male or female. It's all about following simple principles of how you can build your enterprise. So if we can teach these girls the simple principles, I assure that they will do well. Yeah, I mean, sometimes female gender faces challenges, but then, that's again part of learning, and they must learn quickly. We must adapt. It's all about, human nature is adaptation. Humans can adapt very quickly, and that's where difference between people who are successful or not, adaptation. You can adapt changing environment. So you can adapt, you will continue with the flow. But if you're not adapting, you are stuck. Because आपको समझ नहीं आपके साथ क्या हो गया, बेटा आगे से मैं बात करूं. So adapt. तो इनको ये मैसेज देना जरूरी है कि आपने अडेप्ट करना है, आपने परवाह नहीं करनी किसी. You don't care about what people think. You are selling the right goods and services, then you should focus on that. Forget what gender you are, just focus on that. Again, build the right team. Again, please मैसेज ये दिया करें सबको कि यार टीम बनाइए, अपने से ज्यादा स्मार्ट बनाइए और फिर उन पे ट्रस्ट करें.
Or you can ask.
My name is Imran Jattala, I'm a commercial consultant here at NETSOL. First of all, I very appreciate it. I could be here. Because all of your words, 110% initiative. So it's a big knowledge for me. So you can believe that how you did good for the whole I have one suggestion for you. And I think that they will advise you to do that first. Start with some type of podcast for the young generation. Because, I could be older than you. I'm 62. I started.
Excuse me? How old are you?
I'm 63.
You're a baby, if you know me. I'm older than you.
So I started in career when I was 52. So I'm absolutely with you. So my suggestion to do some type of podcast or something because I think you also read a lot of books all the management and everything. I think it's very important for the generation. The second, that there is some discipline also to review. All of your words is absolutely on the top. So I think that the one thing missing from the young generation, I think that you need to learn them is the patience. Don't be hurried. It takes time. So congratulations. Thank you very much.
Very well said.
I'm Dr. Shazol, the CEO of Synapse Mind, and we are an AI-based consultancy services providing company. So the talk was extremely inspiring. Listen to every word, mashallah. Thank you so much for the inspiring words. I wanted to ask advice as to how do you scale up a consultancy, services-based company, because that is what we are, especially in the light of the fact that any new client that you bring on board generally expects you to be giving your 100% time to that particular client.
Dr. Sharaz, I think this is a challenge every new enterprise face. It's chicken egg. Should you have people on bench ready to take work, or should you wait for the work to come? So I think you have to learn from the previous work you have received, whatever work you have received, and you're an AI ML, so you have to do your own algorithm and how the work will come, prediction. You have to be more predictive to yourself, how you do. But I think a small bench is always needed. It's always good to have a small bench. It's cost, I know that. But a bench helps you to be able to grab business very quickly and then add more people. So consultancy will come back to you, as I said to you, if you are honestly, sincerely delivering whatever work you got today, you deliver that work with all genuine honesty of your all efforts, and then hope that these customers of you will be your good. Like I give you example, my customer became my customer reference. My salesman even. I think you have to build the relationship with your customers like that. You have to keep building. And as Dr. Ray said, patience is the key, and a small bench is important. You do need 1 or 2 people on the bench always, under training, under ready. So whenever there's opportunity, you don't have to wait for people to come in. So it's just a balance of that. And work will take time. Gradually, it's all your work done, previous work done, creating a reference for you, and keep building. And again, once a customer, don't let them go. Keep in, even they don't have a work, stay in touch with them. I always did that. Doesn't matter if they work or not. I always kept calling them nicely, messages, just saying hello. I travel to them. That is critical. Stay in touch with our customer. Doesn't matter if they haven't given you business for a year. I did that for a long time, and it paid back to me. So whatever customer list you got, stay in touch with them constantly. Pleasant messages, nice things, asking about their family, where they are, they're traveling, sharing what you're doing. Just engage them, keep engaging. You will be surprised what happens. Something happens.
मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि पाकिस्तान में हम एक दूसरी बात है या अपने को ज्ञान भारत की बात है तो उन सबको पता है कि बेल कौन था मॉस कौन था जैक कौन है ऐसा लगा हमें स्टीव जॉब्स का पता है पाकिस्तान में या क्या आवाज करने का या इस तरह की बहुत सक्सेसफुल आई थिंक इसमें रिव्यू में और कम से कम यहाँ पे हमारी हर यूथ को यूनिवर्सिटी ग्रेजुएट करो पता जब तक नहीं होगा कि आप एक सक्सेस स्टोरी पाकिस्तान से जनरेट कर सकते हैं और माशाल्लाह इतनी एक कामयाब सक्सेस स्टोरी हो सकती है तो उसको आप उस वक्त तक लोग उसको फॉलो करते हैं और इसमें मेरी सजेशन है कि NETSOL या कोई भी इसके अंदर लीड दे सकता है कि आपको जो मीडिया है एज प्रिंट है सोशल मीडिया है इलेक्ट्रॉनिक है उसकी पावर को यूज करें to disseminate the message of becoming an entrepreneur, change.
Sir, if you allow, मैं आंसर करूँ?
अब बता दो।
Amir bhai, this is what we are doing. This is what exactly we're doing. We resonate with that. That's
नहीं, आप सही कह रहे हैं। उसमें अगर आप मेरे जाए सोशल मीडिया में तो आई एम माशाल्लाह वेरी एक्टिव। I've got 60,000 followers. माशाल्लाह, I write a lot, I mentor a lot. मैं बड़ा सोशल भी हूँ, मैं बड़ा फनी भी हूँ, मैं सिली हरकतें भी करता हूँ just to show the people कि यार मैं सिर्फ काम भी करता, मैं थोड़ा सा अपने आप को खुश भी रखता हूँ. But I do that. प्लीज मुझे फॉलो करें, देखें मेरी एक्टिविटीज। और आप सही करें, देखें कोशिश बड़ी है। मैं बुक भी लिखी हुई है, बुक भी माशाल्लाह मेरी बहुत गई है लोगों के पास। मैं हर दफा जब भी कोई मुझे बुलाता है मैं जाता हूँ, मैं अपने को रुकता नहीं हूँ। मैं हर स्कूल में जाता हूँ, मैं छोटे स्कूल से लेकर लम्स तक में भी जाता हूँ। I've been all around Pakistan. When I'm marching from Faisalabad to Gujranwala to whatever, I go to Sial. I go, sir, everywhere. I believe it's my responsibility to go to schools. एंड अभी बच्चे सर मेरे पास आते हैं जिनको 10 साल पहले मेरा लेक्चर होता, वो कहते सर आपके एक लफ्ज ने मेरी जिंदगी चेंज कर दी, आज मैं ये कंपनी रन कर रहा हूँ। एंड दैट गिव्स मी सम गूज बम्स। सो सब मैं आई डू माय वर्क, बट यू आर राइट सर, वो ऑब्वियसली हमारा मीडिया इज मोर फोकस ऑन तबाही, बर्बादी, नेगेटिविटी। वी आर नॉट, our media is not looking for success story. They sell on negativity, unfortunately. तो ये हम खुद ही लगे हुए अपने आप को बेच रहे हैं। But you're right. I think we should do more. I agree with you, sir.
माइक दें सर प्लीज।
I have a question. Using
English speaker.
Sir, I have a question.
Sir,
Sir, how can we retain our employees in the company? For example, as this is a very fast time and people are jumping from one company to another. So how we can retain our employees?
first of all, you can't retain everyone. Let's agree. Let's accept that this industry you cannot retain. But what I do, I focus on the core team. So a core team I will not lose. For them I will do anything. The rest can move around. So remember that. So make sure you have a core. A core needs to be kept, not broken. Don't let the core break. उसको लेके चले आप, वो छोटी टीम है, उसको अफोर्ड कर सकते हैं आप। ओबीसी अगर 2000 लोग हैं, मैं हर एक को मैं वो पैकेज नहीं दे सकता, हर एक को मैं जो जाना चाहता मैं कहता जाओ बच्चे को बात जाओ बेटा, बट एक कोर बनाइए, उसको पकड़ ले, उसके गिर्द बच्चे आ रहे हैं जा रहे, बच्चे आए जाएंगे, बच्चे रुकेंगे नहीं, और ना रोके ना कोशिश करें, कोशिश। और बच के पता है आपको फर्क पड़ता है, इससे फायदा ये होता है कि आपकी कॉस्ट बैलेंस हो जाती है। अगर आप पुराने लोग ज्यादा लेके चलेंगे तो आपकी कॉस्ट बहुत बढ़ जाएगी। सो एक नेचुरल एट्रिशन रखें, कोर बनाइए, उस कोर को केयर करें, उसकी केयर करें, उनकी ख्याल करें, उनकी फाइनेंशियल्स, उनकी पैकेज। मैं अपने कोर की हर चीज अपने जिम्मे ले ली, उनके बच्चों की पढ़ाई, उनकी गाड़ी वाड़ी, ताकि वो कहीं और जाए ना। उसके बाद बाकी बच्चे 2-3 साल 4 साल में बच्चा बदलता है, कोई बात नहीं। सो ये ध्यान में रखिए कि आपने ज्यादा रिटेंशन करनी भी नहीं है, उसकी कॉस्ट बढ़ जाएगी आपकी। एक बच्चा जाता है, उसके नया बच्चा लाएंगे, कॉस्ट आपकी कम हो जाएगी। सो इट्स गुड, नॉट समटाइम, इट्स ऑलवेज गुड टू मेंटेन दिस आइट्रेशन। ये हेल्दी है, 20% आइट्रेशन हेल्दी आपके कंपनी के लिए। बट एज आई सेड, डोंट लूज योर कोर, वो आपने डिसाइड करना है कोर क्या आपकी, वो बना लीजिए, देन यू विल बी फाइन।
Anyone else, please?
My question to you would be, jumping back to your time when you were the salesman and you were the CEO as well. Your biggest motivation being a salesman, what kept you going at that time? While you were the CEO, you had those thoughts of being a CEO, the cost of running a business, and you measure everything. And at the same time, you have those initial failures in sales when you start selling out the brand new product, you define the market, you have a lot of variables happening. So what kept you going at that point?
Look, that this is important. At that period of time in your life, you know that you are the best salesman anyway. You are the one with more passion and understand what you're selling. So you have to be. Later on, mashallah, we have a big team now. Now I go to the customers once they become my customer, and I told them. But at that time, I knew that I am the best face of the company. I'm more senior, I'm more mature. So that was the reason I kept going. And then again, after many visits, there is a success that's encouraging. Then I realized, yes, ultimately this says, if I don't give up. अगर आप मेरी स्टोरी सिंगापुर वाली देखें तो दैट्स अमेजिंग, बल्कि मैंने डायरी में लिखा है, इट्स अमेजिंग, आई रोट इन द डायरी अ लाइन, दिस इज 1997 इन अप्रैल में इन डायरी, दैट द कॉल आई वाज वेटिंग, इज दिस द कॉल व्हिच विल मेक नेटसोल अ ग्रेट कंपनी, दिस आर प्रोफेटिक वर्ड्स। और वही कॉल थी जो मेरी आई सिंगापुर से कि यार एसजी, आई गॉट अ सॉफ्टवेयर फॉर यू, बट दैट डिडंट कम because I stayed home. It came because I went out. And I was amazed on that call. मुझे अभी तक वो बेल याद है, रिंग हुई है कि I have got some work for you. Oh my God, you cannot imagine my feeling, what I felt that day. That yeah, it worked. So yeah, please remember that आप निकलेंगे, जाएंगे, be a salesman, and inshallah ताला be a believer. Nature आपको कभी मायूस नहीं करेगी, कभी नहीं करेगी।
Startup over here. We do have other businesses, but we have a small startup over here, and we are one solution for user. So I have a question for you. Like Salim Ghauri has why not you diversify in another different ventures as well? And one thing, I'm following you on Facebook and LinkedIn. So other than cooking, he's very good at gardening as well. So and I agree with you. We love your posts and small videos. So automatically that. Thank you.
So your question is diversification.
Yes.
Look, कोई harm नहीं है. But I see life differently. I see life differently. And I'm not saying people shouldn't diversify, but I want to enjoy what I have done so far. If I diversify now, then I'll be busy in building that. Then I will miss out my garden. I'll miss out my napkin garage which I make. I like to feed people. I like to feed my friends. I love do that. That's a passion. It takes away my stress. Give me good feeling. जब अच्छा पता नहीं वो शायद वैसी तारीफ करते, हाँ बड़ा अच्छा बना है, शायद वैसी भी दिल रखते हो, but I'm happy. I like when they come to my garden and say, oh, what a beautiful flower. That gives me a new life. So I think we should do that. We all must get something out of our daily work environment and do something silly. To me, people think, oh, a CEO shouldn't do that. A CEO shouldn't behave like that. I don't care. I'm not a CEO. I'm Salim Ghauri. I'm a human being. मुझे बहुत मैसेज है कि यार a CEO should behave like that. What is this? Excuse me, what are you talking about? I don't call me CEO. Call me Salim Ghauri. I'm you know, I have a right to be what I am. So I don't care about people what they think about me. इधर से कुछ क्वेश्चन रहा था आपका कैसे?
I'm the founder of Skyron Technologies. We basically work on drones and great talk, sir. You have shared a lot of points regarding team management. You have shared like the crux of your entire life. My question is regarding the startups when they reach at a point that there's a lot of work to do. There are opportunities on the market, but the team is not.
Okay, I think it's a very important question for all. For all of you guys, be careful what he said. It's not about a bigger number of customers. It's about quality of work you got now. Focus on that. Cut down on your work. Please sleep more, and I'm not kidding. Look, you're young, I did that, so I can't tell you because I did, but I will not do it now because it's not right. Cut down on the work. Whatever work you got, hold that, do it well. And once you have delivered that, then you do that. I know sometimes you may not get more work, but you will get more work because you're doing good work. Remember that. Your faith should be not to get more work because you're doing a very bad work. So you're afraid that more काम नहीं मिलेगा. But when you're doing good work, like I'm sure you're doing, mashallah, then don't go after new work until you have delivered. Please hold back. Trust that people will come to you because you have given an amazing service to whatever your customer. So change the pattern. It's not healthy. Okay, you can do for 1 month, 2 months, but 4 hours is not enough. I can assure you that. So cut down your hours. Don't hire more people. Whatever work you got, let's get it done. But get it done well. इतना अच्छा काम करो, ऐसी दिहाड़ी बनाओ उसकी ना कि अगला दोबारा खाने आ जाए, हाजी की दिहाड़ी खाने. Do that.